Today, we're going to take you through the drugs going through clinical trials that might have a use in treating Alport syndrome.
There are a few being tested specifically for the condition, but many have shown promise in treating other kidney diseases.
The goal of a clinical trial is to determine whether a new drug or treatment is safe and effective.
A new medication needs to pass each stage in order to be approved by regulatory bodies and made available to patients.
A trial starts with preclinical studies which are performed on cell cultures or animals.
If the results are promising, they don't demonstrate toxicity and seem helpful, the trial progresses to phase 1. During phase 1, the drug is tested on a small group of healthy people. If it's safe, it moves on to phase 2.
During phase 2, the drug is tested on a small group of people with Alport syndrome. If it's safe for those people, it can move on to phase 3.
Phase 3 involves lots of participants with the target condition. The drug is also compared with a fake sugar pill, placebo, to see if it's better than the placebo.
If the drug passes each of these steps, it is more likely to get approved for use in patients. There are 2 medicines currently being trialled specifically on Alport patients. Because of the fast nature of research, please note that the information may be outdated by the time you're watching it. For now, the first is Antimicro RNA 21. It's an injectable drug being tested by Sanofi, and it helps prevent fibrosis or scarring in the kidney.
It starts phase 2 trials next year and is looking for a pool of around 45 patients. You could be one of them.
The second drug is Bardock Solo. It was initially used to treat kidney disease and diabetes, but it caused health risks such as the possibility of heart disease. People are interested to know whether this might work in Alport syndrome. Results from the phase 2 trial with Alport patients have not been published yet, but the company reported an increased kidney function by 13% among a group of 30 Alport syndrome patients over a period of 12 weeks. Bardock Solo has now progressed to a phase 3 study. There are also a few drugs that haven't been tested on Alport patients, but might have promise for treatment of the disease anyway. SGLT2 inhibitors have been used to treat kidney disease and diabetes. These drugs work by forcing more sugar into the urine. This means it reduces pressure in the kidney and could extend the life of the organ. It's currently in clinical trials in other kidney diseases. The second is sparsentan. This drug has been tested in phase 2 trials in a kidney disease called FSGS. It tries to reduce the scarring on the kidney by blocking the protein known as endothelin that is released when the Alport kidney basement membrane is under pressure. It may even work to reduce hearing loss due to the similar nature of problems in the ear.
Finally, there are also drugs that inhibit a protein called DDR1. These try to block small damaging signals between the basement membrane and the podocytes, the workhorses of the kidney. These drugs have been tried in mouse models but not in people yet.
In the future, there may be more options for treatment. Patients may be prescribed one or more of these new drugs.
Which is most appropriate, or have multiple drugs to cover different aspects of the disease. These could be tailored depending on the need of the patient. We've made huge progress understanding Alport syndrome over the last 10 years, so the future looks really bright for research. This video was made by the patient group at the 2019 Alport conference in Siena.